On Global TV News Prime, Tinubu says no safe haven for corruption in Nigeria. In business, federal government clears 200,000 passport backlogs, pays 28 billion naira debt. And on the foreign scene, Trump says Putin playing with fire in new jab at Russian leader. In sports, CAF announces match venue for WAFCON 2025. Hello and welcome to all of our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime on Global Television. Coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Ramsey Enoch Agbo. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times 276. You can download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. President Bola Tinubu says no safe haven for corruption in Nigeria and that his administration will ensure that every stolen asset from the country is recovered. The president stated this in Abuja while declaring open a summit on asset recovery where he was represented by the Permanent Secretary, Political and Economic Affairs in the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Nadungu Gagare. He said asset recovery is a vital tool in our anti-corruption strategy, and it is not merely a legal exercise, but a moral obligation. President Bola Tinubu has reaffirmed his commitment to protecting the rights, dreams and future of every Nigerian child. Tinubu made the pledge in a message to mark the 2025 National Children's Day. The president also said this year's theme, Stand Up, Speak Up, Build a Bullying-Free Generation, could not have been more timely as it speaks directly to the culture of the country. Minister of Women Affairs Iman Suleiman Ibrahim has urged Nigerian children to be more resilient and confident in themselves in order to combat bullying. She made the call at a press briefing in commemoration of the 2025 National Children's Day organized in Abuja. The event, held at the ministry's headquarters, focused on advising children to protect their gender across Nigeria. Our correspondent Godwin Sunday reports.
It was a moment of reflection and renewed commitment to child protection as the Ministry of Women Affairs teamed up with Save the Children International for a special event in Abuja to mark the 2025 Children's Day. The event highlighted ongoing efforts to promote the rights of children and women across the country. While speaking, the Minister of Women Affairs, Honorable Imam Suleiman, emphasized the need to amplify the voices of vulnerable children and ensure that no child is left behind.
When it comes to addressing issues of bullying, that is more likely in conflict affected areas, I can assure you that the first concrete step we've taken is the advocacy, which is the campaign. The see something, say something, we'll do something. We'll be working alongside your Commission for Women and Children in the state, and we'll also be working with other CSO to ensure that we amplify our voices and we address targeted issues. So safeguarding children, whether in conflict areas or in stable environments, is a key priority in achieving the renewed agenda for children in Nigeria.
While appreciating the minister, the representative of Save the Children International emphasized that the ministry's position is a step towards building a safer and more inclusive society.
Every child deserves to grow, learn and thrive in a safe and supportive environment that is free from bullying, from violence, from discrimination and fear. So really addressing bullying is critical to addressing children's rights in general, because if we want children to enjoy their rights to education, to protection, to express their opinions freely, then bullying needs to be addressed, whether it's at home or in the schools. So thank you to the Ministry for...
As Nigerian marks Children's Day, the message is clear: protecting children is not an option, it is a national responsibility. Godwin Sunday, reporting for Global Television News.
We apologize in the break in transmission. In commemoration of the 2025 International Children's Day, children from diverse backgrounds have gathered at the fun fair put together for them at the National Stadium in Abuja. Global TV correspondent Sharon Ajay was at the event and completes the story.
Today we celebrate the joy, innocence and wonder of childhood. Children are the future leaders, innovators and change makers of our world, and it's essential to nurture their curiosity, creativity and potential. We are currently at the National Stadium where children are gathered together to commemorate and celebrate the day. As we commemorate this special day, let's remember the importance of providing children with love, support, education and opportunities to grow and thrive. Let's create a world where every child can smile, play and reach their full potential. We'll be interviewing children to hear their opinions on how they feel about the celebration. So come with me. The Children's Day celebration in Nigeria is marked every year on 27th of May, a day to celebrate and recognize children. Children who were present at the National Stadium for the celebration expressed their excitement and spoke on various fun activities put together for them to have a memorable day.
Yeah, I'm happy today because there are lots of fun and exciting games to play.
I'm excited to be here because of the games and the fun I will have.
Okay. I feel like Children's Day is a very special day because we get to celebrate children and stuff like that. I feel very excited and I'm very happy that something this grand and the children are feeling very, very happy about it.
I'm very excited to be here. It looks very fun. I don't know, I've not really played any game, but I've bought some things and they taste very good.
Okay. Adults at the event also expressed their excitement and appreciation to the organizers of the event, while emphasizing the importance of creating more engaging and fun activities for children.
Today we are celebrating children nationwide. This program is very, very important and it fits in this occasion.
So it is a very significant day to make little children happy and it makes the world a better place completely.
Thank you.
Very, very important because it makes children excited and to feel that they are also part of the society.
The Children's Day is a reminder of how important it is to care, support, love and nurture the children who are tomorrow's leaders. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
Meanwhile, the Speaker of the Bauchi State House of Assembly, Dr. Abubakar Suleiman, has urged government and non-profit organizations and human rights activists to intensify efforts in combating child abuse and trafficking across the state. He emphasized the critical role all stakeholders must play in protecting the rights and welfare of children, appealing to parents and guardians to provide love, care and support to their children. President Bola Tinubu has written to the House of Representatives requesting legislative approval for a new external borrowing plan amounting to over $21.5 billion, alongside the domestic bond issuance of 757.9 billion naira to settle outstanding pensions liabilities. In detail communication to the Green Chamber, President Tinubu highlighted the strategic significance of the 2025-26 borrowing plan, noting that it sparks the sector of the economy. Tinubu stated that the total facility sought under the external borrowing plan includes over $21 billion, over 2 billion euro and 15 billion Japanese yen, in addition to a grant of 65 million euros. The federal government has unveiled Level 2 and 3 of the newly developed National Occupation Standard for call center operations. At the unveiling in Abuja, the Executive Secretary of the National Board for Technical Education, that is NBTE, Professor Idris Bugaje, says the standards were designed to equip youths, including students in tertiary institutions, with valuable skills. Baguje described the initiative as a low-hanging fruit with massive potential for job creation and foreign exchange earnings, especially for young people, that the federal government has unveiled Levels 2 and 3 of the newly developed. President Tinubu endorses Ukachukwu Okwanife, charges them to deliver victory in Anambra governorship race. President Bola Tinubu has declared his unwavering support for the APC gubernatorial candidate in Anambra State, Evangelist Nicholas Ukachukwu, and his returning mate, Senator Uche Ekwunife, officially presenting the party flag to them at the State House in Abuja. In a symbolic ceremony, Tinubu charged the duo with a clear directive: go and get me Anambra, underscoring the administration's commitment to securing victory in the forthcoming election. Uyi Agbamofuegbe reports.
President Bola Tinubu praised the APC's national and state leadership of Anambra State for successful primaries and expressed strong optimism about the party's chances, highlighting Senator Ekwunife as an exemplary running mate. The president assured the candidates of full support throughout their campaign, emphasizing that while the party is supreme, victory is paramount.
So we're coming with that momentum, and when the president visited, he saw the enormous crowd that came to his party people that were so happy, whether from morning till the time he left, with so much enthusiasm, with so much joy and happiness. When you see your party member, you know, and the president acknowledged that, and I goes, go and bring Anambra to center. And that's what we're going to do.
With the APC flag now in their hands and the backing of the highest office, Ukachukwu and Ekwunife are set to lead a high-stakes campaign energized by President Tinubu's endorsements and a unified party structure behind them. Uyi Agbamofuegbe reporting for Global TV News.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Southeast Development Commission, that is SEDC, Mark Okoye, provided President Bola Tinubu with an update on the Commission's 100-day progress report. Following a high-level meeting at the Presidential Villa in Abuja, Okoye addresses the press. Sharon Ajay has details.
Highlighting the strides made since the Commission's inception, Chief Executive Officer of the Southeast Development Commission, Mark Okoye II, emphasized SEDC's dedication to transforming President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda into concrete developmental outcomes for Nigeria's Southeast region. Describing the meeting as both productive and forward-looking, Okoye underscores the president's renewed commitment to fast-tracking the region's growth and development.
We've been in office for about 104 days, given that we were inaugurated on February 11th this year. And in that time, this was really a briefing for me to give him an update on what we've done and what we've been able to achieve in the last 100 days. And it spent about 25 minutes of those really taking him through the strategic vision, what we intend to achieve as an organization, how we intend to mainstream the Renewed Hope agenda.
He further revealed that SEDC is targeting the creation of a $200 billion regional economy by 2035, aiming to make a substantial contribution to Nigerians' broader economic advancement.
We have broadly around 7 to 8 major programs. One of them is the Southeast Security Intervention Program, where we'll be working closely with the host governments to see how we can support for a more secure Southeast, because only when there's improved security, then you can start layering on development and investment and economic opportunities for then young people. The second is which Mr. President quite liked a lot, was the agro development program, where we aim to develop over 50,000 hectares of land over the next 4 years.
Expressing his gratitude for the confidence placed in him by President Tinubu, Okoye reiterated the Commission's pledge to prioritizing measurable results, transparency, and active public engagement. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
You're watching the live broadcast of News Prime. When News Prime returns, federal government clears 200,000 passport backlogs, pays 28 billion naira debt. Detail coming shortly, plus business and sports stories on the other side of this break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now let's take you to the world of business, where the Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo says that the federal government has cleared over 200,000 unprocessed passport applications since his assumption of office. He made the announcement in Lagos, where he spoke on the topic, Dare to Dream, Dare to Innovate, and called for bold leadership, system reform, and smart use of technology. Tunji-Ojo also said 28 billion naira owed debts have been paid off, all without extra funding from the government. The chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Service, that is FIRS, Zach Adedeji, says the recognition of informal work by the National Bureau of Statistics, that is NBS, has contributed to the drop in Nigeria's unemployment index. Speaking on the theme, the taxation of the informal sector, potential and challenges at the 157th board meeting of the Joint Tax Board in Ibadan, Oyo State, Adedeji said it would be better for the country to support and recognize the contribution of the informal sector rather than taxing them. He noted that the workforce in the informal sector in Nigeria accounts for about 96.6% of the employed population in the country as of the first quarter of 2023. And on the foreign scene, U.S. President Donald Trump warned Vladimir Putin, says that he was playing with fire, launching a fresh broadside of his Russian counterpart over stalled Ukraine peace effort. Trump's latest comments came after he called the Kremlin leader crazy over the weekend following a mass Russian air attack on Kyiv, and warned that the Moscow risked new sanction. Although Trump did not specify what the really bad thing were or make any specific threats. A senior official from the United States says U.S. government intends to cancel all remaining financial contracts with Harvard in President Donald Trump's latest attempt to force the prestigious university to submit the unprecedented oversight. The official, speaking on condition of anonymity, stated that the administration will send a letter to a federal agency today asking them to identify any contract with Harvard and whether they can be cancelled or redirected elsewhere. The ending of contract estimated by U.S. media to both worth $100 million would mark the severance of business ties between the government and an institution that is both the country's oldest university and global research powerhouse. North Korea has criticized the U.S. plan for a futuristic Golden Dawn missile shield, saying it could turn outer space into a potential nuclear war field. The defense system, which President Donald Trump planned to unveil by the end of his term, is aimed at countering next-generation aerial threats to the United States, including ballistic and cruise missiles. The state media reported that Pyongyang's foreign ministry slammed the plan as he hides the self-righteousness and arrogance which it accused Washington of being hell-bent to militarize outer space and warned that the plan might spark a global nuclear and space arms race. And now, from the world of sports, the Confederation of African Football, CAF, and local organizing committee, that's LOC, have announced match viewers for the 2024 Women's African Cup of Nations. For the first time, the 6 venues will be used for the biennial competition. The venues are Olympic Stadium, Rabat, Labi Zaouli Stadium, Casablanca, Pero Jegal Stadium, Casablanca, El Bachi Stadium, Mohammedia Hono Stadium, Oujda, Bakena Stadium, Bakane, while Morocco will host the WAFCON 2024 finals from 5th to July 26th July 2025. Rivers United General Manager Dr. Oke Okolako has urged the players and officials of the club to remain conscious of the task ahead after the successful end to the 2024-25 Nigerian Premier League (NPFL) season. The Pride of Rivers finished the season in second place, will participate in the CAF Champions League next season. Paluku expressed gratitude to the players and crew for picking a continental ticket. Here we come to the end of News Express, but before we go, let's take a recap of our top stories. On Global TV News Prime, President Bola Tinubu said no safe haven for corruption in Nigeria and that his administration will ensure that every stolen asset from the country is recovered. Now in business, Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji Ojo says that the federal government has cleared over 200,000 unprocessed passport applications since he assumed office. And now from the foreign scene, U.S. President Donald Trump warned Vladimir Putin, saying that he has played and still playing with fire, launching a fresh broadside as his Russian counterpart over stalled Ukraine peace efforts. Finally, from the water sports, the Confederation of African Football, CAF, and local organizing committee, that is LOC, have announced match venues for the 2024 Women's African Cup of Nations. And as it in Global TV News Prime, a quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using @Global TV NG. And you can download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. I am Ramsey Enoch Agbo. Thank you for watching.